There we go. You're good to go, Miss Ellen.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Harlequin. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here tonight. If you're watching on the replay, welcome. Glad you're taking time out of your busy schedule to participate in your business with us. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ellen Winn. I am your senior team leader. I have been with DAC since June of 2018, so I just celebrated my 6-year anniversary. I have Harlequin Murray on here as my co-host. Harlequin's been with DAC for 5 years. I personally sponsored her. And when I first introduced DAC to Harlequin, it wasn't a great fit for her. But about a year later, she came back around and we revisited on DAC, and it was a great fit. And I'm so thankful because Harlequin has one of the largest teams in my organization. And had we not had that second conversation, at least second conversation, she wouldn't be here today. And many of you wouldn't be here because a lot of you are probably on Harlequin's team. So glad you're here. Excuse me, my background's in the restaurant space. I was from bartender right out of college to local restaurants and bars where I was became a general manager. I left that food service industry, built a home on my family farm in Dallas, Georgia, and then I went to work at Domino's Pizza because they were opening a store 1 mile from my new home. I got into their management program, fast tracked through, became an area supervisor, field trainer, operations director, did that for 8.5 years, and then I opened my own brand. So since 1997, I have been self-employed, doing my own thing, and I've never looked back. And I'll do anything that it takes to never have a boss again. Because once you've had the freedom of working for yourself and supporting yourself, there's no going back. So for many of you on here, if you've not had that taste of freedom yet, my hope is that we can get you in that direction to where you can earn enough money with your David Allen Capital business to never have to worry about having a boss again. Because it's an amazing thing to be able to set your schedule each and every day. So what do we do on Monday nights? Well, this is our team Zoom. I do these on Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern time every week. I'm turning my phone off so that it gives you guys an opportunity to get on here and ask questions. We do 5 Zooms a week during the week at 11:30 Eastern time, corporate Zooms, but many of you are working and can't attend those live Zooms. So I do this at night, giving you guys the opportunity to do so. Tonight, we're going to talk about the new app. We're going to talk about customer acquisition and what it really takes for you to be successful here. So David he rolled out our new app last Monday. We talked about it again on Friday. And today he went through some top, what's that? Top achievers, I guess, as far as folks who are reaching out and have more reach outs than anybody else, Harlequin. You should know you're on
It's the
the top
people
of
on
the
the
list.
leaderboard.
The leaderboard. There you go. That was so simple. All right. So I'm excited about that. I want to go over and show you guys the website real quick, and then we'll talk about that. This is not going to be necessarily an in-depth training, although we can take any questions that you have about it. But I want to do screen share and show you the website there. Get my DAC agency app. Get my DAC agency app.com. Okay. That is where you're going to go. If you go through there and you click on either the App Store or Google Play, most of the time you can download to another device from your computer, depending on how old your equipment is, what model you have, your phone, your computer, etc. Or if you don't want to go through there, you can do text me the links, and it can actually text it to your phone so that you can go in and download the app from the App Store. But notice this little green square here. It's called Go Recruit. If you're looking for the app in the App Store, it's Go Recruit, and you'll see that square, that green square with the G and then the 3 lines pointing upward there. Okay, so that's my DAC agency app. And there's also web application. So whether you're want to do it on a mobile phone or whether you want to use the web application, you can click on that and it's going to take you over to log in. Give me 1 second here. My page is loading and I'm not sure if it auto logs me in. Yeah, I can't show you that because it does auto log me in. But when you go to the web application, whether you're on the web or on the app itself, you're going to need to use your agent ID number, not your username, okay, but your digital ID number or numeric ID number, okay. If you don't remember that, go back to your welcome letter and you'll use that agent ID number and your password to get logged in. It actually connects you into your back office with DAC, okay? Because this is a unique link for us, and it's purposely created to tie your app and the back office together, okay? It's going to be able to see and report on your app, you know, what your rank is, whether you hit the 7-level bump up bonus or not, and also that incentive that Harlequin was talking about. So Harlequin, if you don't mind, I'm going to get off screen share here for a
Okay,
minute and
before
I'm
you
going to
get
let
off
you.
screen share,
Okay.
just so people know, if you hit the download on the App Store or on Google Play, it takes you directly to the Go Recruit app. So you don't have to go searching for it. But go ahead, you can go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah.
Again, there's that bigger green box. Okay. All right. So let me do stop share. And Harlequin, if you can just do a quick overview of that. I want to keep this short tonight, 30 minutes or less. And I've got a few things I want to cover too about getting customers. What's the most important thing that you want to tell everybody tonight about the app and using the app?
Mostly it's just use it. That's the big thing. Um, if you want, you know, they've changed the wording on the emails and text messages that are going out, and I haven't had a chance today to review what those changes have been, because initially they were all like one big huge paragraph, and it was it wasn't super professional, and the wording wasn't all that great. And David admitted that today, so I'm not saying anything new. But anyways, one of the things that I will tell you is if you want to go and get it set up, if you've got the contacts in your cell phone, especially on the emails, you can go and generate the email. And one of the things that got me initially was it will come up with the pre-done email, and then you have to hit continue, and it will take you into your email browser or into your email account. Because I was trying to figure out how to edit it initially, and I didn't realize you had to do another step before you got to the actual editing opportunity. But if you get stuck in the middle of it, or you're wanting to change it around, you can hit the cancel button and save it as a draft. And then you can go back in and edit it. Because what I did was I was doing it on my phone, and then it was easier for me to edit it on my computer. But no, the main thing is to just go and reach out to people. I've been doing a little bit unique stuff only because I had done a couple of events. So I was reaching out to people who had attended the event. But for your warm market, just go into your cell phone and start reaching out to people, especially people about the pharmacy plan, if you've not already spoken to them. There's several really good videos on the pharmacy plan that you can send out to people. I think people are having a better response from text messaging. If you send it out and let them know, hey, take a look at the, tap on this link and watch this, 2-minute video or 1-minute video and let me know what you think, or something to that effect. It depends upon how well you know the person. And let them know if this is something that will help you, fabulous. If it's not, would you mind sharing it with somebody?
There you
And
go.
yeah, that's all it takes. And I don't know how many people you have in your cell phone. I know I've got over 2,000. My challenge is that there's a bunch of them that it was somebody that like one person I had reached out, I thought it was somebody else, and it was actually someone who had helped me move like 10 years ago. It was just the one day that I had met him. So anyways, but you never know. He at least
You never
he
know.
replied back to me.
You may have an accidental connection there.
Yeah.
That's great. So on that, one thing that Harlequin said, very important, David pointed that out today, that the links don't always give a directive to take action. So make sure you read the content, and you can change anything. So if the pre-written message doesn't sound like something you would say, then rewrite it, okay? Or just tweak it or put a couple of words in. But make sure that it does have a call to action, meaning click the link to watch a 2-minute video, or for more information, click the link, because we're seeing that based on the messages and the ability to see the opens and how long somebody's viewing a video, that if it's getting sent out without that directive, then people aren't necessarily clicking on that link. So thank you, Harlequin. I appreciate that. This, again, the best way to really get familiar with it is to use it. I have been slammed since we rolled it out. So I really only got a couple of contacts in mind, and I'm not on the list yet, on the reach out list, but I will be. But one list I am on, and that is the 7-level bump up qualified. I hit it, and I'm not sure how many of you did or not, but that one is in our rearview mirror for those of you that have been in DAC over a year. If you started June 1st or forward last year, then that 7-level bump up bonus is there for you within your first 12 months. Okay. But tonight I wanted to just talk to you a minute about what it takes to be successful here at DAC. As I said, I've been here 6 years. Harlequin's been here 5 years. And it's not always easy, right? I'm doing this part-time. I'm still doing it part-time. I have a full-time business that I run, a limousine company, and it's been very successful for me. It's been tremendous income for me over the past 10 years now. So to be able to walk away from that, I've got to really make some significant, consistent money with DAC. I have, since we just launched our residual programs late last year, we haven't gotten there consistently yet with people having the residual services, such as the pharmacy or our healthcare, or a lot of payment processing customers on. But I'm talking, I need a massive 6-figure income here every single month residually to be able to walk away from DAC. So again, not there yet, but I will be. But over the years, over the 6 years that I've been here, I've made some really good money. And it's not been consistent each and every month, but the months where I have applied myself, I know that I've made more money, because if I'm applying myself and going and getting customers, I'm making that immediate income off of my funding clients, and I'm staying qualified in the compensation plan. And it seems like whatever I'm doing as the leader, my team has followed. And when I'm doing more fundings, my team has been doing more fundings. And I've had a lot of team overrides throughout the course of time. But I want to speak to you tonight because I know many of you on here have gotten customers and are consistently getting customers, but many of you on here haven't gotten your first customer yet. And I want to encourage you to really get out there and use this app. And it's about talking to your warm market. The majority of my business has been through me talking to people that I know, asking questions and sending information out. And that's exactly what we do. The best way, excuse me, the best way to get someone's attention is to ask a question. If you go into the conversation of trying to tell, and telling is selling, right? And you're trying to convince somebody that you need something. But if you ask questions, you're getting a conversation started. And conversations always lead to the possibility of an open door where you can say, well, hey, I may have a solution for you. It may or may not be a good fit, but I'd like to send you some information. Whether that's the business opportunity or whether it's the pharmacy program or healthcare, whatever it is, become conversational by asking questions. But back to my point on getting customers, we're moving in a customer getting direction with every new agent that starts in this business. Okay. So you've got to be, if you're sponsoring and bringing other agents in, you've got to be leading that charge by going and getting yourself qualified as a qualified agent, which means you need to have 50 residual revenue customer points. And that could simply be going and getting 5 RX customers. The beautiful thing about that is if you get RX or ID Protect, those services that bill every month, you get those customers one time and you're qualified the next month and the next month and the next month without having to go get new customers. So don't think you got to get 5 every month. It's starting with 5 customers to get yourself qualified in the compensation plan where you're eligible to earn 3 levels deep on your team. And then we want to work you towards getting to 200 residual revenue points, where when you get there, then you're not only qualified to earn on your team, but you're also qualified to earn a enroller match on residual income and on funding bonuses. Whether you had a client or not in funding, you can earn a 10% match on your personally enrolled agents if they get a funding client. So getting customers is the key. And I can tell you right now, if you're listening tonight and you've already made your mind up that you're not going to talk to anybody about getting any of our services, then you might as well just throw in the towel, because this is not going to work for you. The only way you're going to get paid is for you to go get customers. You don't have to get thousands of customers, but you do have to go get yourself qualified in the compensation plan. Our whole model is built on you go get a few customers and find a few agents who are going to go get a few customers. And over time, you're getting paid on tens of customers, hundreds of customers, thousands of customers, tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands, and potentially millions of clients, depending on how big you build your organization. And how big your organization grows will depend on how many people you tell frontline, those people that you personally recruit, and the quality of those people, and the fact that you're plugging them into the Agent Resource Center. You know, it astounds me how many people ask me the question. They'll ask me a question about a product, and a lot of times on text message, and I'll reply to them in an answer, and I'll say, have you been through the training in the Agent Resource Center? And they don't know how to get to the Agent Resource Center. So that tells me that we have a big gaping hole. When people get started in the very beginning, they're not reading their welcome letter, because the welcome letter directs them over to the Agent Resource Center to get started. So be a good sponsor, be a good enroller, and make sure that people that are getting started are, one, reading their welcome letter and going through and learning how to get over to the Agent Resource Center, which is the core of where all of our basic training is. The YouTube channel is great, but those are the weekly updates that we do. And that's not the basic core training for each of our services, right? So we got to do a better job of that and getting people plugged in, and then leading by example. You go get customers, teach your team how to get customers, and you don't necessarily have to be the one holding their hand, but if you enroll someone who's going to go get customers and they need your help, how are you going to know how to help them if you're not actively getting customers, right? I can't answer everybody's question. Harlequin can't answer everybody's question. You got to be an active builder in this process. One thing on customer getting, I was thinking the other day about when I first opened my restaurant, when I left Domino's Pizza and I opened my own brand, or even when I was with Domino's, I learned about taking over a neighborhood and just going out and letting people know that we exist, right? And when I first started in manager training as with Domino's Pizza, we were they placed me in a brand new store that was just opening 1 mile from my home here in Dallas, Georgia. I was put in before the grand opening even took place. And the first week or so that I was in the store, every day that I came in, they gave us flyers or door hangers, what we call door hangers, where it had a little cutout to hang it on a doorknob. We had those, and our role every single day was to go out into the neighborhood. We took a map and we went in and we marked off the subdivisions and the streets that we had gone in and introduced ourselves, telling people that we were here. And I would walk up and I'd say, "Hey, my name's Ellen. I've got some coupons for you. Just wanted to make sure that you are aware that there's Domino's Pizza opening up, and we want to let you know that you're in our neighborhood." Right? We did that kind of stuff. That's what you do with a traditional business, and that's what you do with your network marketing business, right? Think about your DAC business as a real business, right? If you're just here as an affiliate and you're going to send out some links and hope you get some signups, then you don't have that real business mentality. But if you'll look at this as potentially replacing your income and being that walk away income where you never have to have another job again, like I said, I'll never have another job again, and really analyze what it is that we teach you to do, and then dive in and start talking to people and finding those customers. Don't be afraid to. All that people can tell you is, "No, I'm not interested," right? But most people won't even tell you that. They'll look at it and they'll say, "Hey, thanks for sending. It's not a good fit for me," or I'll keep an ear out if I hear anyone that can use your service." Okay. So be brave, be bold, and get out there and share our message. We've got some great services. We've got a great opportunity, and we need you. We need you in the field talking and sharing the great message about David Allen Capital, our services, and our opportunity. So that's my message to you guys tonight. I want to open up and see if you've got any questions. If you do, you can hit the reactions button down at the bottom and do a raise hand. I have Lisa with a hand up. Hey, Lisa, how are you doing tonight?
I am well. Great evening, everyone.
Let me turn my volume up.
Let me.
Oh, I love that picture of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was at a tea party.
Oh, awesome. I love it.
We can just barely hear you, Lisa.
Even still, can you hear me now? How about now?
A little bit better. I'm turning my volume up where I can hear you.
I done turned mine up too, so I'm not sure why. Okay. Well, let me just get on.
I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. Let me turn my mic. How's that?
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
That
It
was
was
the
me and my
magic
mic.
button.
Perfect. All right. So thank you, Ellen, for all that you do, Harlequin, and everyone else. Yes, it is definitely time for me to flourish in my DAC. I did want to ask a quick question in regards to fundraising, which I'm really excited to present. So I am with an organization. It is a sorority. I'm not a member of the sorority, but they have an auxiliary, which I'm a part of. So I wanted to definitely, I'm the president in the auxiliary, and we always doing fundraisers for something. So I wanted to present this to my auxiliary but I wasn't, I don't know what my hesitation was. So my question is, with me being a part of the auxiliary, that wouldn't pose any conflict or of interest or anything like that, would it?
It wouldn't on our end. It could potentially on your end if you think so. I'm happy to present that with you or for you if I can help
Okay.
you on that, Lisa.
Okay.
But you know, I know a lot of times when you got nonprofits, you've got either a board of directors or some body that has to vote on what's going on. I had one today that we actually canceled at the last minute. They had a death in their organization, but I was to go present to a board of directors for a local church today. And, you know, that way the pastor is stepping out of aside, stepping out of the way and letting the board decide entirely. He was just going to open the door for me to go there. But yeah, they're great. And you know what your page is, right? dachealthcare.com/fundraiser /
Yes.
your ID number. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. So I wanted to I'm trying to think when you say the board of directors. So I don't have a board. I don't have an so right now I'm the president. I don't have a vice president at this time. So what I'm thinking we can do is still, of course, have you present it to the auxiliary. It's 8 of us. And that way, like you said, I could move myself out the way and we can just continue to raise funds for the auxiliary because we do that anyway. So yeah.
And does your organization have a tax ID number?
So we personally, as the auxiliary, do not. We use the tax ID number of the sorority that we are attached to.
Okay. Yeah, as long as there's a tax ID number that can be attached to the fundraising entity,
Okay.
then you guys can enroll using that tax ID number and you guys go out and get the word out about our RX program.
Okay, well, with you saying that, now that was helpful. So glad I did pose this question. So yes,
Mhm.
then we would potentially I could set up a presentation where you and I can go over it and you speak with the state director and the
Sure.
president of the sorority. Okay, so yes, that makes sense.
And I've got some slides. I've still got to tweak them and get them over to DAC so they can upload them, but I've got a real succinct presentation on the pharmacy benefits that we could go through for them.
Perfect. So we can look to get this possibly done at your earliest or theirs, of course. That way we'll be prepared for the upcoming sorority year. We just ended it. It ends at the end of June. So we really wouldn't be doing anything for like July and August. It wouldn't start up again until September.
Right. And that's perfect timing to
Yeah.
come in on the tail end of it so that you guys can ramp it up when you begin back in August, September.
Right. So the sooner I think we have the actual presentation for them, then we won't have to do all of that, the presenting, because you would have already covered it if they agree to it. And then
Mhm.
we all set to start. But I want to just do it from like September through June because I feel like there's so many of them. They're an international sorority all over the world. So many of them, so many people they know that, use prescription medications like we know. And I just think it would be a great thing for the organization. So thank
Yeah,
you again. I will
absolutely. You're
be in
welcome.
for sure.
Thank you for your kind words too, Lisa, on your opening there. So again, not only would it be a great thing for that organization, but for the members of that organization
Yes.
and the way that we can give back to them by providing them a cost-effective way to get their prescription medication. So good stuff. All right, anybody else before we wrap up? I don't see anybody else's hands raised. Harlequin, any questions in the chat that we need to address?
Nope, I don't have any questions in my chat, and I don't
All
see
right.
anybody else's hands raised.
Okay. Well, reminder, tomorrow, Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, I'll be taking you through healthcare and the RX program. We're going to be talking about both tomorrow. That Zoom is always less than 30 minutes. And then following that, immediately at noon, we'll be going through a short business opportunity overview where I do a 30-minute or less biz op. So invite some guests to come out and see and hear about the DAC story firsthand, real lifetime. I can always open up at the end if I had someone that had questions, they could raise their hand on the business opportunity overview. I don't usually ask questions, but tell them if you bring a guest out, just tell them to raise their hand and I'll make sure that we answer any questions that they have there at the end. Okay. Harlequin, did I miss anything?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, awesome. Well, I appreciate you all for being here. Hope to see you on our live Zooms tomorrow. daczoom.com starting at 11:30 Eastern Time. And then the Biz Op is at noon Eastern Time. Okay? Take care, everyone. We'll see
Good
you on the
night.
next one.
Thank you again.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you. Have a good night.